This week's premieres include the story of a notoriously fake socialite, the nearly completed story of a zombie apocalypse, and the reimagined story of a teenager who moved with his auntie and uncle in Bel-Air. And Rose is going to tell us all about it. Rose?
The wait is over, Dollface fans. If you're hearing about Dollface for the first time, let me catch you up. Kat Dennings plays Jules, who tries to reconnect to her female friends after a 5-year relationship ends. If you're a fan of Kat Dennings like I am, this is a great show which puts her comedic line delivery front and center. But I digress. She stars in Dollface, which makes its Season 2 premiere on Hulu February 11th. The pods are back. Watch this matchmaking social experiment where you get to know everything about your future mate except what they look like. Find out if love is truly blind in the second season of Love is Blind, premiering February 11th on Netflix. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air gets a dramatic reboot. The tune may be different, but the story remains the same as we see a new dramatic take on Will's journey going from West Philadelphia to the gated community of Bel-Air. Watch the series premiere February 13th on Peacock. Imagine this, $100,000 from a bank, flying on private jets, $55,000 shopping sprees, all while pretending to be a German heiress with a trust fund. Based on real-life events, watch the story of Anna Sorokin, who has been quoted saying, "I'm not sorry," and how she swindled New York City's elite in inventing Anna, February 11th on Netflix. Watching the storylines of beloved characters like Maggie, Carol, Daryl, and so many more has been an emotional roller coaster for us all. And that can be attributed to the outstanding writing and performances we witnessed on the show. Watch how it all ends on part 2 of the series finale of The Walking Dead, and you can watch it early on AMC Plus, February 13th.
David, I know you have something to say about these premieres. I'm excited about these premieres because it's like, I feel like I've binged everything that's on right now, and there's still all this stuff that's new that's coming out, but what do you got?
So we often get to watch a lot of stuff early. This is a rare week where I've seen 2 of the series you mentioned almost in their entirety, basically. I have seen the first 5 episodes of Love is Blind Season 2, which was released today. They're releasing 5 and then I think 3 and 3. If you loved Love is Blind Season 1, Season 2 is even better. It's outrageous. So if you don't know the plot, basically they stick these singles in pods. They don't get to see each other. They go on dates, sight unseen, just talking through this wall. The only way they get out of those pods is if they get engaged. Someone proposes, they get engaged, then they see each other. Then they send all the couples who got engaged to a vacation in Mexico for a week to explore the physical side of the relationship. Then they move into apartments together leading up to the wedding, and only at the altar do they decide whether to actually get married. They meet each other's families. It's wild. And there are actually still 3 couples married from Season 1 of Love is Blind.
Season 1, yeah.
Insane. But Season 2 is even crazier because there are people you will meet in those original dates where you're like, this guy's the worst person on earth. I've never met anyone who's more terrible. Then the first reveal and you're like, oh my God, his reaction was so sweet. Like, what a nice guy. Oh my God, I want this to last. Then they get to Mexico and you're like, he's the devil. Like, he's actually, this is Satan. And then you have the same thing with a woman who you're like, I just want so much love for her. And then, oh, it's great. And they like each other. And then they go on the dates and you're like, oh, she's awful. It is I've never rooted or booed and cheered the same people so many times in a single season. It's wild. If you give it a shot, if you haven't tried it, if you have seen it, you're in for a really great time. Secondly, real quick, Inventing Anna. I've watched the entire thing.
Yes.
It's good. Julia Garner, who's on Ozark and is just phenomenal in that, plays fake socialite con woman Anna Delvey. there's a really great clip from Fallon where she broke down how she does the accent.
Yes.
Yeah. So she was like born in Germany, so she's got a little German, but she fakes that she's Russian, so she adds a layer of Russian, and then she's got this New York accent on top of that. And it's like you want to imitate it, but it's so weird that you can't even like figure out how to do it right. But there's a phrase she says because she's trying to build a club called the Anna Delvey Foundation, and she says it so many times. And all week I was going, the Anna Delvey Foundation, the Anna Delvey Foundation, the Anna Delvey Foundation. It's just like
it's so good. Wait, I mean, not to go off on a tangent about this, but I read about this because it's based on an actual person who did this on true events.
Yeah.
I read the article, who it was written by someone she actually conned, and I was like, ooh, someone better pick this up because this sounds too good to be true. And I'm so happy it did. I've been waiting for this story to come out, this the putting it on the small screen or big screen or whatever, since the real story came out, because it was that juicy with all of this stuff. And spoiler alert, I mean, you can Google it and you'll see it, but I mean, she gets convicted. But here's a quote from her. She says, "I'm not sorry. Like, I never did it for the money. I did it for the power."
Wow. I've been influenced. I cannot wait to see this show. I'm excited.
Yes. I mean, and so not only that, have you got premieres to watch, you've also got finales to wrap up your week. So I know we've got
good segue. And in this week's finales, we say goodbye to a family reunion, a group of musical queens, a foul-mouthed anti-hero, and Stanley Tucci on a boat. And Liz is going to tell us all about it.
Here I go.
Okay, on to the finales. So grab your favorite person, your favorite beverage, both or one or the other, and snuggle up on the couch for this week's finales. The CW show 4400 will finale on February 14th. This is a reboot of the 2004 show called The 4400. And this is where, in case you've missed it, thousands of people mysteriously disappear over the years with like a span of 100 years. What's great about the show is, and a little different than the original show, is that they really try hard to represent all marginalized communities. So great show, again, wrapping up on February 14th. For all my Love and Hip Hop fans, Season 2 of VH1's Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop Edition, is coming to an end, also on Valentine's Day, February 14th. This features the cast members from Love and Hip Hop New York, Miami, Atlanta, and Hollywood. If you've been watching, tons of celebration and the drama, all coming to an end now on February 14th. You won't want to miss it. ABC's The Queens finales on February 15th. Now, this is a musical drama that follows 4 women in their 40s who finally get together or back together for a chance to recapture and reignite what they once had in the 90s. I'm here for all of the 90s references, the music, the nostalgia. It stars Eve, Brandy, Naturi Naughton, Nadine Velasquez. And if the show isn't good enough, we also have a Queen soundtrack with some original songs. Fingers crossed they come back for another season, but make sure you won't miss the Queen's finale on February 15th on ABC. HBO Max's The Peacemaker comes to an end on February 17th. This is for all my DC comic fans. This is a Max original directed by James Gunn that's a spinoff from the Suicide Squad, and it follows the story of Christopher Smith, who's AKA the Peacemaker, played by John Cena. So you won't want to miss it, again on February 17th on HBO Max. And rounding us out is on February 17th is an AMC Plus original, La Fortuna. This is a drama miniseries that stars Stanley Tucci, who is a treasure hunter, and he literally battles Spain for control of the ship and all of the treasure within it. So Lots of legal battles, courtroom, and Spanish politics if you're into that. Again, it's La Fortuna, wrapping up on February 17th.